Hey guys, welcome back. Whoa, I'm sounding a little off. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Maya Renee for those who do not know me yet, and welcome. And for those who do know me, hey, welcome back. How are you today? Yeah. Anyways, like I said before, I'm going to be recording not my reaction to episode 9 and 10 of Singles Inferno, but like my most humble opinion about what just went down. Yeah. Okay, and before I start to get to talking and ranting and raving on, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and let's get into the video. So the last thing I discussed in the other video was that really intense game they had to play in order to get the last dates. Yeah, just remember I cried for Jungwoo when he won, because I was like, he was really out there like doing his hardest, his best, his absolute like ultimate, like, yeah. And I'm just like, he deserved it. He honestly deserved it. And what was I about to say next? And yeah, so I cried for him because, yeah. And let's talk about everybody who was still on Inferno before we talk about the Paradise dates. So we had Dongwoo, Minsu, Sejong, Hanbin, Soe, and Sejin. I love the little Soe and Sejin moments where she was telling somebody else, like, she was like, I might burn out. I think she was talking to like Sojun, and she was like, I think my skin's going to burn out here. And then we have a separate conversation with Sejin, and she's like, oh no, my skin doesn't burn that easily. He was like, you should go in the tent, you should put on some sunscreen. Like, he's just so caring when it comes to her, and so like cautious, because I think it has to do like a lot with her size. Like, he's like, she's so small and I just want to take care of her. But I think they're so cute together. But I think like it's nice for her to have someone who finally likes her back, and that's why I think they're cute, because she had this unrequited love for like so long. So like, she deserves this. She deserves this. My fellow acting sis, yeah. I don't know what to say about the rest of the cast because none of them like each other. Well, I do and don't feel bad for Minsu, because I mean, Jin Young did say he didn't like her, and she just kept trying and trying, like as if he was gonna like change his mind. I feel like knowing Jin Young for those couple of days, I feel like she should have known like he's gonna think the way he thinks. Yeah. But I felt bad. Sis had her heart broken. She was in the tent crying. They were telling her to talk to him tomorrow, which I don't know why, because he already like said like, I don't like you like that because you make me comfortable and I like to feel uncomfortable or whatever. But yeah, Dongwoo's just existing. Hanbin, poor little Hanbin. I know his heart is so broken. I know he knew he had no chance when they went on that date, to be honest. I don't know what else to say about the people that were left behind. I feel bad for Sejong. I feel like she deserves so much better. But you know what? I'm gonna get into that when the episode's over. I'm gonna get into the characters who deserve so much freaking better. Yeah. So let's get into the Paradise dates. I feel like Soeun. I know you don't pronounce the E, like Soeun. But I think Soeun and Yoonjae, I feel like their date was just cute, and it was just like a whole full circle moment for them, which I thought was cute for them, but it was just that. But like, they've had a date, so it was kind of boring to me. I wanted to get into the new people dating. So when they kept showing me Yoonjae and Soeun, I was like, okay, we've seen this before. We've seen this exact moment happen in the beginning of the show. Show me something different, you know? Yeah, okay. So we get into Jungwoo and Seokie's date. First of all, I like how he's also not drinking because she doesn't drink, because we're respectful. Yeah. But when they started talking about like how they're the same age, and she was like, I knew, that's why I felt comfortable with you. And then he was like, yeah, I run a coffee shop with my parents. It's a super sweet corn coffee. And she was like, I know you. I wanted some super sweet corn coffee. Which super sweet corn coffee, like, does it actually taste like super sweet corn? Because I don't think I would like that. But also, I feel like Koreans like that stuff because they also have that super sweet corn ice cream, and it has like actual kernels in it. I don't think I could do it. I don't know. I would eat just corn, sweet corn, not super sweet corn. I would just eat corn with sugar, salt, and pepper. But like to have it like as an ice cream or in a coffee, I don't think I would like that. But I'm getting off track. It's not about me. It's about Seoki and Jungwoo. Yeah? Okay. But I felt like all the pieces were just lining, like all the puzzle pieces were just lining in place for them. Like, I feel like they were meant to be. And like, I like how when she's with Jungwoo, she talks so much more. Like, she has so much more to say than when she's with Jinyoung. Like, she's always just like, it's like, it feels like they have like really surface level high-bi conversations. Whereas with Jungwoo, they get really into things. And I thought it was so cute when she said like she's graduating soon and he said he'll have a coffee truck for her. Yeah, because God, me and who in one, please. But yeah, and that's basically the basis of their date. I thought it was really cute.
그래 이거 가져왔거든?
아, 폴라로이드야?
같이 찍으려고. 여기서 한번 찍을까? 일단?
그래.
하나, 둘, 셋. 뭐야, 왜 그래?
안 나와?
어?
그게 없는 거 아니야, 필름이?
아닌데?
열어봐.
설마.
필름이 없네. 저기요.
아,
Now, let's talk about Lina Dean and Jinyoung's dates. Yeah. I thought this date was really interesting because they were low-key also the same person. And I thought it was so interesting because he was like, yeah, I was in the military. And she was like, oh my God, I did ROTC. And he was like, I do YouTube videos about toting guns and shooting. And she was like, oh my God, I also like to shoot guns. Because I was in ROTC and da-da-da-da-da. And then he was like, I got a motorcycle, vroom, vroom. Or whatever sound effects he was making.
진짜 좋아해. 차. F1 알아?
F1 알지.
팬이야? 아.
And then she was like, oh, motorcycle? I like motorcycles. You should take me on a ride someday. And he was like, when I'm in America, because I'm coming to America, we should shoot some guns and ride some cycles, you know? So I was just like, there's no way they actually had that much in common. Like, I felt like these two dates, like Jungwoo and Seoki and Nadine and Jinyoung, I felt like if they would have had their dates earlier, and like, yeah, I feel like if they all would have had their dates earlier, they probably would have picked each other in the end. Because like, it was too good to be true. Like, they literally match up so well. Like, yeah. And then back to Yoonji and Soen. They stay up till like morning talking, and they get an hour and a half of sleep, and they go back to camp and they're like, wow, I heard you guys got no sleep. They said, no, we slept for an hour. Okay. Yeah. And then this part made me mad where they finally had like their final conversations and Minsu went to Jinyoung and he broke her heart again. My poor sis. She's actually really pretty. You know what? I don't hate her anymore. I feel bad for her now. I just feel pity. But like, I think she's so precious. Yeah. But I feel like I wish she had read the signs better. And what else was I about to say? I feel like Dongwoo tried to talk to Seoki, but I can't remember. I hope he didn't because that's a lost cause. Like, he was never going to get the girl. Seoki? After she didn't fell for Jinyoung and Jungwoo? Dongwoo stands no chance. Yeah. I know Hanbin had a talk with Soen, and it was just a good chat. Like, he was just telling her his feelings again, saying no pressure, just do what you want to do because it'll make me happy either way. And yeah, it was just the ones that made me mad is if Dongwoo actually talked to Seoki and the Minsu and Jinyoung thing again, because I wish after the first time we said you should pick somebody else, I wish she had gotten the hint then and she wouldn't have gotten her heart broken twice. Yeah. And I like how the besties always stick together, like Nadine and Jongwoo and Hanbin and Soe. I like how they had their little conversations. They're so precious. Oh, Jinyoung and Seoki did talk because Jinyoung was the first one to leave the thing, right? I remember this. And he was basically saying like, okay, so it all started because he had like one of those little, like those personal video things where like personal video diary, I don't know what they're called. But he had one of those things and he was like, both of them are college students and he can't give them the support they would want or need. And like he wouldn't be a good shoulder to lean on or something like that or whatever. And I thought it was so interesting how he was only talking to 2 college students. Like his top picks were both college students. It's just one's in America and the other goes to school in South Korea. And then his conversation with Seoki was basically like what he had said then. He also told Seoki like, I can't be the shoulder you need to lean on. I can't give you the support you want. You on your own to feel your feelings. I can't help you with that. And I think that also helped Seoki make her decision because I feel like she would want somebody to lean upon. Like if she was down or if she needed support, why wouldn't she go to someone she's talking to or her boyfriend or whatever? Like, yeah, you feel me? So like I think that's where Jongwoo also like, because he's always there to support her, like, and whatever. Like he also told her that, I'm pretty sure, when they went on a date or whatever. Yeah. And then after the little dates, we go to the campfire where we finally learn what Sejong does, because literally she's never been to paradise, which, just as for Sejong, she deserves better. I feel like she's the I feel like Nadine and Sejong are the year ones. No. Sejong is the year one of the season because Nadine had some attention. Year one never did, and neither did Sejong. So they're the year ones. If she's a year one and year one's a Sejong, they're one. They're here because they were like the coolest girls, yet nobody wanted to talk to them. And I don't know what it was. Like, I'm not in their brains, so I don't know. They're also just really one-track minded, which I think is also the difference between Western dating culture and Asian dating culture. Maybe they tend to just like one person and just only talk to that person, whereas you see in like Love is Blind, or not Love is Blind, Love Island, or like Too Hot to Handle, where they'll have like a main person they're talking to, but they're still going to talk to everybody else. They're going to have their cake and eat it too. I think that's the saying. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, we finally learned who she was. And then it started to get spicy between Jinyoung and Jongwoo. Jongwoo asked, I think his question was really like, it was calm. It was a calm question. He just said, were we fighting for the same thing in that little pond board thing? And he said, yeah. Basically, he said, duh, stupid. What do you think? That I was fighting for another girl? Yeah. I don't know why Jongwoo asked that question. That was kind of stupid. Like, y'all know y'all was fighting for the same person. Yeah. And then Jinyoung turns around and says to Seoki, which, why would he do this? he got so cocky at a point. Like, he knew, like, he was getting the girl. He was like, who was your favorite paradise date? Me or Jongwoo? And when she goes, I'm not going to answer that. And then somebody asked her, did she finally make her decision? And she said yes. And I was like, I would have said yes too. And my yes would have been a Jongwoo, because Jinyoung really did start getting cocky, and he started getting like kind of like really mean to Jongwoo, honestly. Yeah. But I think that also helped Seoki make her decision, was that moment right there too. It was just those 2 moments plus her date with Jongwoo that was like, okay, yeah. Now let's move on to the final draft picks. Now this I guess seeing like where everybody went, it kind of made me really mad to see that there was literally 3 women who had no votes, because 2 women had all the votes. Anyways, let's start with the first one. So basically all the girls are lined out and the men have to pick. I think the first pick was Hanbin. You know, Hanbin stopped to talk to his bestie Soe, which their little friendship is so cute because they both had the unrequited loves. Like, and their unrequited love was to the people who were literally together, which is Yoonjae and Soeun, because Hanbin likes Soeun and Soe liked Yoonjae. Whoa, why am I just now realizing this? But yeah, they both had the unrequited love to the couple literally that their loves was. Yeah, okay. So we had a little talk with her, which was cute, and he was like, just good luck. I'm glad we're friends, I think. I don't know. And he went to stand to Soeun, which was really expected. Next was Sejun, and you know, he went to the girl Soe. We all knew that because he told her, no, he didn't say it yet because we're still picking the girls. And then Yoonjae went to, no, I think it was Dongwoo next. We all know he stopped at Nadine, thanked her or whatever, like, bye, we don't care, Dongwoo, just go to Soki so she could break your heart, my guy. Yeah. And then next, Yoonjae went and stood with his girl Soeun. And then Jinyoung was last. Who's next? Jungwoo went to well, he stopped and talked to Nadine because I think they were besties, because they were always talking about like Jinyoung and Soki, because like I said, oh my god, I'm just now realizing this one too. The people they liked are the people that liked each other. Oh gosh, why am I just now realizing this? That's why those two were friends and Soe and Hanbin were friends, because the people they liked were together. You learn something new every day. But he stopped by Nadine and was like, good luck, friend. Yeah. And went to stand next to his girl, Soki. And then Jinyoung was last, and he, you know, we all know he went, Soki. But not before making everybody mad, confused, upset, and whatever else you can think of. Why? So he stopped at Minsu, which wasn't a problem. He just said, let's talk after this. And then he went to talk to Nadine, but not before confusing everybody, because he stood next to her for 5 minutes. And I want to know, like, if he did this himself or the producers wanted some drama. Because if he did it himself and it wasn't the producer's like idea, then I feel bad for Nadine, because he basically just kind of played with her heart, like her thinking like, oh, he's gonna pick me, and then he just says thank you for the memories or whatever Fall Out Boy said and walked away. Yeah, cause what? Like, why would he stand there so long? That made everybody mad. That made me mad. I was so upset because my mouth was agape. It was on the floor. It was wide open. And I was like, whoa, he actually chose her. Like, I'm so happy. And then he just said, thanks for the memories, and walked away. And I was like, what? What the fuck? I let out a scream. It wasn't a pretty scream either. It was a scream. And so the matchups basically go Minsu, Nadine, and Sejong had 0, zilch, nada, nothing. So we had Sejun. Soeun had Hanbin and Yoonjae, and Soki had Dongwoo, Jungwoo, and Jinyoung. So Soe and Sejun, he's like, I've liked you since the start. I always thought you were so precious, and when you're not around me, I get nervous, because when you're around me, I feel unnervous. And she was like, I've been so thankful for you. I picked you. And I'm glad she picked him, because she deserves someone who liked her. Like I said before, she deserves someone who liked her. And I just looked on the Instagram, and he posted a picture of her. I don't know if it meant like they're together, but he said, she's so cute. Please be next to her. But yeah, that was cute. I hope they're like talking, you know? Like, probably not in a relationship, but really good friends or close to a relationship maybe. I don't know. But I also think it's funny that he works with the guy from the first season. Yeah. Now let's go to Yoonjae, Hanbin, and Soeun. Yoongjin just being like, please pick me, Soeun. And I was like, okay. And then Hanbin was like, thank you for everything. I'll just support your decision no matter what you choose. And of course, she thanks him and says, you've always been so kind to me and so cool for letting me know like your true feelings. And then she reaches her hand out, of course, to grab Yoonjae, because we all knew that was gonna happen. And they walk away and leave a sad Hanbin. And Hanbin had his little glow up because he got a little perm now. Yeah, I seen it. I hope y'all seen it too. Y'all, look at my bestie with his little perm. He's so precious. Ah! And now we get to the moment that had everybody on the edge of their seats. Dongwoo, Jungwoo, Jinyoung, and Seokgi. Dongwoo was like, please pick me, I think. I don't know what he said, but it didn't matter. He could have said anything, and it still wouldn't have worked. And then Jinyoung, I can't remember what he said. But what Jungwoo said, he was like, we can go get coffee. Kopi. I was like, ah! That's so cute. That's so cute because he knows she really likes coffee. And then she said something to Dongwoo first. And then she said something to Jungwoo second. And I was like, oh, she didn't pick him. She would have said something to him last. And then she said like to Jinyoung last. And I was like, oh, she's choosing Jinyoung. She said something to him last. And she said the most to him. She was like, you're so cool. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. And then she chose Jungwoo. When I tell you, I started bawling my eyes out. Wait, because I recorded it. I'm gonna put it right here. Please, she chose Jungwoo and we're all crying. Well, he's not. Yo. She chose Jungwoo. Oh my gosh, I'm like crying. Oh my god. Yeah, I started bawling my eyes out. Because mind you, he's been after this girl since day one. And to know like his efforts really paid off, like he really got the girl. And I don't know if this was the work of the producers or if she actually decided this herself, but I was just like, what? I was just so happy for Jungwoo. Like, I love Seokgi, but Jungwoo more because I love him for that. But also, like, he put himself through so much heartbreak and so much sadness and stuff. And I was just like, to know that he finally won in the end. I said that in my last video. I said he's going to win. Like, he's going to get the girl. Or I don't even think I said he will. I just said I hope. And my hopes were answered. And the face Jinyoung made, he was like, oh, whoa, when did this happen? But yeah, I'm happy for them. And then Jungwoo's just like, my hands are sweaty. I'm sorry. Just keeps wiping his hands. I forgot to mention when Sejong and Soe left and she was like, I fell over there. And he was like, that's why I like to keep you in my sight. That's why I get nervous when you're not around. Because you go and do stuff like that. And yeah. Which leaves the best people that just didn't get picked. Like Sejong, Nadine, and Minsu. And Hanbin. Hanbin, if you're still single, call me because... Please. Because you deserve so much better too. We can go to an amusement park. But I feel like Nadine was everybody's favorite, including mine. And I also like Sejong. I just saw a picture of Sejong and it made me laugh. And she reposted on her Instagram. I thought it was so funny. But anyways, those were like Hanbin, Nadine, and Sejong. I feel like, and Soe, but like that doesn't in Sejong. Anyways, I'm just talking about the people that were left behind. Those three, I really liked their characters and like who they were. And I was just sad that they just didn't get picked. But like, I feel more bad for Sejong because every time she liked a person, they never liked her back, or it was always in some like love, like not even triangle, because it was always like so many people. It was always so many people because she liked Yoonjae at first, and everybody liked Yoonjae. Nadine, Soe, Soeun, Sejong. Those 4 people, and then Jin Young comes and he has all the girls. He literally has Soki, Nadine, Sejong, Minsu. Like, it's just crazy. Like, she was always just caught in those like things where she just, I don't know, I just always felt bad because then every time she was trying to talk to somebody, they would come and get pulled aside by somebody else. So I feel like she just never stood a chance, but I wanted her to stand a chance, you know? Yeah. I'm gonna talk about this one moment because they had like the little clips of them watching the my mind just went blank, of them watching like the first like couple episodes of the show. I think they watched from 1 to 8, and I'm actually kind of sad they didn't watch 9 and 10. But I felt so bad because Jungwoo had to watch Jin Young and Seoki's date. I can't believe they got Jungwoo watching this. He's probably crying his heart out, his eyes out, and I would too. And I felt so bad for him, and I think those two might be together because she was like, oh, I feel so, they might not, she just probably said that out of the kindness of her heart, but she was like, oh, Jungwoo has to watch this. No, Jungwoo, close your eyes, please. And then Jungwoo was like, I'm glad they only held hands. I just was like, oh, why did they do that to my boy? Why did he have to watch that? Because that was really a date that would have made anybody's heart flutter. Like, honestly, like, and he had to watch that. And Dongwoo too. He was like, I had asked her to swim the night before. And she had said no. And I was so sad because she swam with you. I don't know where I went wrong. And I was just like, you were pressuring her. And then Jin Young was like, I just didn't pressure her. I told her I was getting in the pool, and if she wanted to come, she can come. And I was just like, sounds about right. And I think, and everybody was like, the person that was so unexpected, and like the person, like, I think it was like unexpected charm or just an unexpected, like, I don't know. But they all said Sejun because he came in and he was like so shy and quiet. And then he became the comedic character. Like, he was literally so funny. Like, yeah, if you know, you know, he was the funniest person there. He was a jokester. I loved him. Yeah, at first I didn't think I was gonna like him, but he really grew on me. I think everybody felt that way though. Like, no, everybody thought like he was gonna be different than what he was, but he wasn't. Yeah. And then you watch Jin Young's entrance, and it was still the funniest thing ever, and it was so embarrassing. And Dongwoo was like, at least he fell before me. I was like, whoa. I mean, he got a point. He didn't fall first. I don't even think he fell at all. Okay, I forgot to say this earlier, but I think, like, even though Jin Young said he didn't want to be with, like, a college student, I think he chose Seoki because she's a college student in South Korea, and Nadine is a college student in America. So there's the difference. And he also just liked Seoki better because they had that moment before him and Nadine, so yeah. Oh, that is way too bright. But yeah, that is the end of this video, and that is the end of this season 2 of Singles Inferno. I think this season was so much better than the first season. I felt like the people were just like more friendly with each other. Like, despite like them talking to the same people, like same boy, same girl, they were still like besties with each other, and I appreciate that. Like, even Jinwoo and Jungwoo are cool right now. Like, they were at the little like recording and they was talking together. Like, they were cool. And like all the girls, because they weren't going after the same men, they're cool too. And I feel like last season they wouldn't have been able to do that because everybody was like hating each other at some point. And I think also I think the first season, not a lot of people chose the same girl. Like, I think Gia was the only one who had 3 men with her, but everybody, and I think it was only like 1 or 2 people who didn't get chosen. We had a lot of people this season that getting chosen. But yeah, I thought this season was just so much, like, it was longer. There was so many more funny moments. There were cute moments. All of that. I feel like the first season just didn't have all of this. Yeah. Because, I'm sorry, but Gia was kind of boring. And everybody wanted her. And I was just like, why? There are so many more interesting people, Yeowon. Anyways, yeah. But I'm gonna end this video now, and if I think of anything else, I'll just pop in or pop out, whatever, you know, like I usually do, like I did the last video. But see ya. I feel like I was talking a whole lot in that video. I'm so sorry.
When the sky is blue and my pink 42 and my boss backboard.